Welcome, space travelers. My name is Tokreva, and this is Stellaris. I got a press code. When you see this, the embargo has lifted. And yeah, so the game, I've already spent an hour trying to make some civilization, a nation, a planet, a species. Really hard to pinpoint what we should call it. Anyway, for those of you who still don't know... Oh, this music. Might have to turn it down a little bit more, by the way. The music, there we go. So, Stellaris is Paradox Entertainment development studio, known for Crusader Kings, Europa Universalis, Hearts of Iron, and Victoria. Their new IP, their new intellectual property, it's a brand new series. Hang on, is that... Or a game. If it ever gets a second one, it will be a series. This moon is actually moving. That's pretty cool for the background. Seriously, I need to set the music a little bit lower, or I can't even hear myself think. So, Stellaris is a grand strategy game in the veins of Europa Universalis and others, but it's also a 4X game like Civilization in the way it starts you off on an even footing. Unlike Europa Universalis, where Great Britain is a lot stronger in the beginning than, say, Hosokawa. England than Hosokawa. The difference here is that everyone starts at the same level. Sort of. We'll get to that once we meet some things in game. You can read many development diaries on the game by the makers as well, by Paradox, in which they lay down a lot of features, a lot of cool things, and oh my god, I've been waiting for this game for a year now, and I finally get to play it. Now, this is a pre-release build, version 0.9, as the game will not be released for a week now, so I get to play it a week early. Yeah, some people who know I just got this press code don't like that very much because they really want to play. I'm just super happy. Okay, so what I did in the Create a New Empire, created the United Nations of Earth. It's extremely similar to the pre-built United Nations of Earth. But I've picked some different things here and some different... these are your... Well, let's just go through creating a new empire, because we're going to play this a lot. Anyway, so appearance. Let's just start from the top. Species appearance, you can be any of these 6 phenotypes. Say you want to be penguins. You can be penguins. You can be parrots. You can be spiders. You can even be... it's almost a hammerhead shark, but not quite. I mean, there are reptiles as well. Here, turtles. You can be turtles. Anthropoid. Yeah, that's basically bugs, insects, things. Mollusks. Things like, wow, slugs and such are in this category. Yeah, no. And there, of course, are fungoids as well. Basically, fungi. They're all fun guys, to be honest. But yeah, hey, look, it's like, is this a little face or is that another little face? Or are these just the eyes? I mean, when you look at it, this is the face for me, even though these are just its 2 eyes. Yeah, this is a way to confuse. Oh wow, we actually spread some pollen there. These are even creepier. Well. And of course, there are the mammalians. So you have mammals, reptiles, birds, insects, mollusks, funguses. You can be cat people. Sure, be cat people. There's also... Foxes are pretty cool looking too. You know? And of course, there's the platypus, which is a very paradoxical thing to have. It's a platypus. I still feel like the music is really loud for me, but it's just the menu music, probably. Ugh. Some of these was actually involved a little bit more. Warthogs, Pumbaa, basically, yeah. Oh, so cool. Different types of monkeys. Well, we've also got humans, obviously. You know what? I've been thinking. I want to play a human campaign. This is going to be a human campaign, but I'm just going to go through showing you some of the things. So you can pick all these things. So we're going to use space foxes. They'll be the Ivandari. Sure, why not? You can have types of names, mammals. You know, mammalian 4 is fine. And then you've got your racial traits. What is your race good at? Are they adaptive to the environment they want to live in? Are they slow breeders? Do they grow slower than others? Oh, seriously, no. I'm getting... This is just... Okay, that should be better. Holy shit, I hope you've got... Yeah, it was really loud in my ears. It's probably not as loud for you, but... I hope it wasn't too loud. Anyway, back to create new empire, so just random. Make sure we pick the foxes again, because we're just showing the foxes off. We just don't know what they say. They can also be very strong, but you only have 2 trait points to pick from, and you can have up to 4 traits. So if you take, say, venerable, you will be very old, but you'll have to take something like decadent and repugnant to actually get to the points that you are allowed to spend as well. There don't seem to be any -2s in here. No, only -1 penalties for traits. Basically, they're penalties on your nation. Non-adaptive means that you will not be able to adapt at all to other environments. Basically, only your homeworld is perfectly suited for your species. All other planets are not good places, are not perfect places for you to go to. Anyway, let's... they're foxes. They could be agrarian. They could farm. You know, let's have some industrious foxes, just to show it off. Then you can pick between male or female. Not a lot of difference here, actually. There are some color variants, of course. Clothing, you can pick different clothes for your people. For your leader, mostly. Then you have a homeworld name that you can pick. You can name it yourself or do a random. And you can decide to start in the Sol system, the Deneb system. The Commonwealth of Man's starting solar system. Determines the layout but not location. Okay. Yeah, so if you pick the Sol system, you basically get Earth and the planets we know. This is also where we're going to start in this campaign. I'm just showing you off the creation here. And there are 7 different types of worlds. You have continental worlds like Earth, tropical, desert, arid. The difference here is that there is some water here in the desert planet, but arid is just very scarce when it comes to water. It's a different way of dry worlds. Then there's a tundra, which is just cold. Arctic, really cold. And ocean. Well, foxes, well, Arctic foxes are actually pretty good. Then you can have your type of city, how it looks. I mean, I do like the look of the avian city. We're just gonna go with a mammalian city for now, because foxes are mammals. Now, government and ethics. This allows you to pick 3 points in ethics. You can have 3 in the smaller ring, or 1 in the outer and 1 in the middle ring. Because the outer ring costs 2 points. And you have all these types of settings. You've got militarists, basically you want to go to war, or you have pacifists. These are mutually exclusive, by the way. The opposites are either you don't like war or you do like war. You're xenophobe, you are scared of aliens, or you love aliens and being a xenophile. You're individualist, which means community is a means to an end, not an end in itself. Only by empowering the individual to reach their maximum potential do you achieve true freedom. On top of that is, of course, collectivist, which means society is the most important thing. You need to do everything together. The purpose of the individual is simple: strengthen the collective. That's the idea behind collectivist. And finally, we have materialist, things. you appreciate money and science and such. Or spiritualist, you are much more into gods and religion and stuff. We're just going to be, these are going to be spirit foxes that are all about the collective, I suppose. Yeah, collectivist spirit foxes with a divine mandate. See, these are the 15 different types of government your nation or your species can have. On the left side are all the elected democracies with 5 years to rule on each one. Military republic, theocratic republic, direct democracy, moral democracy, and indirect democracy. These basically have to do with how the world is governed. The middle one are the long-term republic sort of things. You've got the oligarchies is a good way, the plutocratic nations. You've got a junta. These elect every 40 to 50 years a new ruler. Science directorate, peaceful bureaucracy, plutocratic oligarchy, theocratic oligarchy, and a military junta. So yeah, science directorate. You want to do science things, you know. It's pretty good for that. And then on the right you have the dictatorships, the ones that rule until death. Military one, a divine mandate. You are God amongst your people. A despotic hegemony, enlightened monarchy, or a despotic empire. Despotic empires, the bottom three are the more generic ones, and these lock and unlock depending on which traits you pick. If you pick collectivist, you cannot be a democracy. If you pick individualist, you cannot be a dictatorship. If you pick military, you can be any of the military ones. If you pick pacifist, you can pick any of the pacifist-related things. So we were going for a collectivist, fanatic spiritual, so we're going to have the divine mandate. Every ruler can build a 2 monument, slavery tolerance, resettlement cost. Empire name, la-di-da, blah. I'm just doing this, I'm not going to play this nation, this species, again. I'm just showing you what you can do with it. You can make yourself a flag. Ooh, this one looks good. There are pirate flags, of course. We must not sow. Or we don't sow. I don't remember what Greyjoy's motto is. Thorn bush, that's also quite nice. We also have the pointy and the blocky things. I like these two names. You can either have a pointy flag symbol or a blocky flag symbol. Zoologic. All kinds of things are here. Ooh, birds. And that's a pretty cool one for a bird civilization. A bull, butterflies. Anyway, starting weapons. These denote your choice and what your first ships will shoot with. Will they shoot with guns, with rockets, or with lasers? You're not restricted to these, but this is what your civilization will start off with. Then there's the FTL method. There are 3 different ones. These are very important. You have warp travel, which means that you can go wherever you like with your ships and in faster than light speeds attainable. Free, relatively slow travel between stars, given the great distances. Then there's hyperspace. Hyperdrive allows ships to temporarily breach the dimension of hyperspace. Interstellar travel is fast, but limited to existing paths along hyperlane network. And finally, there's wormhole travel. You have a wormhole generator in your system, and then you can tunnel through subspace and establish a conduit between 2 points, permitting travel across vast distances. The large generators are too big to be fitted on ships, requiring special wormhole stations to operate. Basically, we have Star Trek, Star Wars, and Mass Effect style travel. Mostly Mass Effect. I mean, Stargate uses a combination of both, I guess, of warp and wormhole travel. Finally, you can decide how your ships look, your basic design, avian ships. They're actually pretty cool. I'm still more inclined. I'm actually getting inclined to start with to play an avian race. Anyway, we're gonna go back. We're not gonna save it. I'm gonna just show you my United Nations of Earth that we're gonna play. This is going to be the peaceful campaign. We are female, human. Human. Oh, I forgot to set a ship prefix. And that would be the United Starship USS. These are the names here are extremely US oriented. Do they? Yeah, they do switch around as well. These are more generic names for ships, fleet names, strike forces. Ah. The fleet names very much EU4 things as well, planet names. Ah, these are difficult to decide. You know, I'm just gonna pick human 1. Okay, so traits, we are nomadic, which allows us to migrate faster. I mean, humans do tend to migrate around the world, so why wouldn't they migrate around the universe as well? We're quick learners, which we are, because we gain experience faster for our leaders. Now, these two also come as the standard one. I've also gone with slow breeders. We do have, when it comes to compared to other species in the world, we do have a very reasonably large lifespan and also a very long period of childhood. So slow breeders actually make sense to me. And that allows me to pick up natural engineers because we have a natural inclination towards engineering and material sciences, which we kind of do. We're very, very, very good engineers. Our ruler is Evangele. You can just pick how it looks. That's really all there is to it. Name and class. Earth, Sol system. We're start in Sol, continental world, because I want to be on Earth for this one. We're a mammalian city style. Government ethics. We are individualist. Community is a means to an end, not an end in itself, only by empowering the individual to reach their maximum potential to achieve true freedom. We're pacifist. We are the United Nations of Earth. We've had our share of war in the past. We don't want more. So we will be better when it comes to diplomacy. We won't be as strong in fights. But we'll also be very unhappy if we're going to war as well. But we do get more food. So conflict as a means to an end is a ridiculous concept. It is by nature destructive, destroying what was to be attained, or giving room to grow that which was to be destroyed. So basically we've had our World War III, we're done with war. For the most part. And materialist. As we reach for the stars, we must put away childish things, gods, spirits, and other phantasms of the brain. Reality is cruel and unforgiving. Yet we must heal ourselves and secure the survival of our race through the unflinching pursuit of science and technology. Also, we've come so far that we're now a direct democracy. Everyone will vote on the new president, and it's a vote roughly every 5 years for an election. Next up, we have the Empire name, the United Nations of Earth. We are human. The flag, it's also almost the exact same flag. Actually, I like this one better now that I've noticed it. It's a little bit more federation-y. Yeah, this is basically this campaign is about trying to get a federation going. That's what it's in the future, but it's my main goal. Now, since it's a very sort of Star Trek-y thing, I should actually go with energy weapons. Medium range, this is probably short range. Yeah, limited in range, but kinetic energy and high rate of fire chew through shields with ease. No energy weapons because I'm going Star Trek-y theme. War players because Star Trek-y theme. I will play hyperspace and wormhole as well. Ship appearances, mammalian ships for now. So we have our United Nations of Earth. You sure you want to replace it? Yes, I do. So, the United Nations of Earth. We are going to be playing these guys. Now, that was the creation of the species. Now we need to create the galaxy. It's going to be a huge one. I want a spiral one because that's what our current one is. We want as many AI empires. I don't want many advanced AI starts because they will be stronger than the rest of us, so just 4 should be fine. Normal difficulty, any FTL, and Iron Man mode will be on for this one because I want to get some achievements in this first run. Anyway, that was just showing you what you can do with building a nation. There are so many things and choices, it's ridiculous. I mean, even only the edicts alone. There are so many. Wait, edicts? No, the ethics. The ethics, yeah. There are edicts later on as well. But anyway, I want to thank you for watching. Make sure to like this video if you enjoyed it. And subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date in the future. The actual start of the Let's Play will come up very soon. And I'll also be streaming this game all bloody week. So prepare for that. I'll see you guys later.